Young folks, old folks, everybody come to Kids Club and have a lot of fun. Please check your chewing gum and raisins at the door, and we'll tell you Bible stories that you never heard before. Hello, children. I'm Pastor Ted. Get ready. I'm going to read the Bible. You're going to hear a story.
Today's story is about Samson and Delilah. When Samson was born in ancient Israel, his mother and father dedicated him to God, which means he was called a Nazarite, and God's Spirit gave Samson a gift, a charism, the gift of power. This meant that Samson would become a judge, not a judge that rules over a court. Oh no, a judge would be a powerful warrior that would help the Israelites in their war against the Philistines. And an angel told Samson's mother and father, don't ever cut his hair, because the power of God is given to Samson through his hair, and he'll be like Superman. Well, when Samson became a young man, he was hiking on a trail, and a lion attacked him, and Samson fought back, and they wrestled, and finally Samson got a hold of the jaw of the lion, and he pulled and he tugged. He killed the lion and tore the lion apart. Samson was so unbelievably strong, and that strength was given him in his long hair. Well, then Samson, as the judge, became a great warrior in the battle between the Israelites and the Philistines. On one occasion, he confronted 1,000 Philistines. He didn't have a weapon, so he just picked up a sun-dried jawbone from a donkey, and he started fighting, and soon he had slain all 1,000 Philistines. Well, Samson had a girlfriend. Her name was Delilah, and Delilah was a Philistine. And the Philistines saw that Samson was Delilah's girlfriend, and so they came to Delilah and said, we're going to offer you a lot of money if you would find out the secret to Samson's strength, and then we will capture Samson. And Delilah said, okay, I'll be a spy. So, on one evening, she invited Samson to come over to her house and just take a nap on her knee. But before he would take a nap, would she please tell her where his strength comes from? And Samson said, well, my strength comes as a charism from God, and I'm never supposed to have a haircut. I let my hair grow and never get it cut, because if I were to get it cut, then I would lose all my strength. So while Samson was taking a nap on Delilah's knee, she did what? She cut his hair. She gave him a haircut. And with all that hair gone now, we knew Samson would lose his strength. And the soldiers, they came right on in, and they arrested Samson, and they took him off to jail, but the Philistines wanted to torture him. And so they made him blind. And they tied him to a treadmill where he would turn stones and grind wheat into grain. And they made him blind so he could not see, and he was weak and pathetic. Well, the king of the Philistines thought he would celebrate this victory over the Israelites, so he planned a ceremony in which they would execute Samson in the temple to the Philistine god named Dagon. So they brought Samson out away from the treadmill, and they chained him between two pillars of the temple to Dagon. And then the Philistine leaders started giving speeches about how powerful they were. And Samson prayed to God, said, God, my hair has grown back just a little bit, so give me that power again. Give me that power to defeat the Philistines. And God answered his prayer and gave Samson the charism of power, and Samson grabbed two pillars from the temple of Dagon, and he pushed and he pulled and he shoved, and the pillars gave way, and down came the roof, and it crushed not just Samson, but all of the soldiers who were there that day. And Samson was the first man in human history to die of falling arches. That's the story of Samson and Delilah.
Young folks, old folks, everybody come to Kids Club and have a lot of fun. Please check your chewing gum and raisins at the door, and we'll tell you Bible stories that you never heard before. Goodbye, kids.